Hello YouTube, and welcome to this week's video with Pushing Back the Shadows. So I'm Alex, and I'll be talking to you a little bit about something that's been weighing on my mind for quite a number of weeks. Now, every morning, well nearly every morning, I take my 4-year-old to nursery, and that's usually in the car. We have the radio on, it'll be playing different songs, as radios tend to do. I know. But one song in particular came on, and it stopped what I was doing for a second and made me think. It was by a group called MercyMe, and it's called Dear Younger Me. And it made me think, there's a couple of these songs out there, aren't there? You know, the one I've just mentioned. You also have one by Little Mix called Little Me, or something along those lines. And there are a lot of blog posts and YouTube videos, podcasts, all about Dear Younger Me. And it's an interesting concept, you know, this idea of going back to your younger self, at whatever age you pick, and giving a message. Whether it's, as Little Mix say, telling you to be strong, to speak out, talk a bit louder, be a bit bolder. Or whether it's kind of more veering towards what MercyMe say, which is, do you know what? You'll get through. Whatever life throws at you, you're going to get through. You're going to get to this point. Others, however, talk a bit more about what they'd like to change. You know, I'd say, you know, don't go down this path because it's not going to do you any good. Or don't go down that path, it won't lead to anything good. And I found that quite an interesting concept, you know, going through what you would change. I don't know about you, would you change anything if you had the opportunity? You know, go back, revisit it, maybe do something different. So that set me thinking on what I would do, what I would change. Would I change anything? I mean, yeah, sure, there are quite a few things that, you know, looking back, yeah, I'd probably want to change. Things like not being able to bring myself to go to my granddad's funeral. Well, went to the memorial service, not to the actual crematorium part. Things like, I had all these examples in my head, I can't really think of them, but like maybe certain relationships that seemed like a good idea at the time but maybe weren't. Different things like exams. Exams are a big one at the moment. My 16-year-old is doing his exams currently. This is stepchild, because I know I don't look old enough. And it's things like that, things that you would want to change. You know, work a bit harder at exams. Don't go for that particular job because it's going to be pants when you get into it. Like my job at the bank, maybe, even though there are good elements to it, maybe I'd want to have changed it for the bad elements. You don't know. Admittedly, if I'd never gone, I wouldn't have met my partner, so I probably wouldn't change that. It's not the best example. But you get the gist. Would you want to change things? Well, my answer, I think, is no. It may be a surprise, but no. I wouldn't want to change anything. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a bit different than kind of getting to the end of your life and looking back and going, yeah, I had no regrets, it was great. It's a bit different to that. Because, yeah, we'll all have some regrets. I'm not sure I know of anybody who kind of gets to the end and goes, do you know what, I didn't have anything that I didn't regret. But really, if you've got regrets, that means you tried, I think. But I wouldn't change a thing. Why? Because if I changed something, and it doesn't matter how small, how insignificant, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. Which, yeah, okay, some would argue, well, you know, if that happened, then maybe I wouldn't be depressed, or maybe I wouldn't be anxious, or maybe this, maybe that, maybe the other. But really, I wouldn't be me. I'd be some different version of me. You know, think, if you're like me, think kind of along the lines of Star Trek and the alternate timelines, and, you know, like in all the DS9 stuff where you've got you know, all those very different characters that are different to their real life selves. And no, we're not getting into the argument of, well, which one's the real one, because technically their alternate timelines both exist, and yeah, no, you sciencey people can argue that for yourselves, because I'll get lost. But really, I wouldn't be me. If I went back and changed something, I wouldn't be me. And really, you might be thinking, well, do you know, I'd change this, it's only a small detail. Think of Back to the Future, when he goes back and he accidentally, Marty McFly prevents his mum and his dad from meeting. You know, a tiny inconsequential event that actually changed the entire course of his life. It doesn't matter how small the detail is, or how big the regret. We wouldn't be who we are today without them. We learn from our mistakes, we grow from our mistakes, and that in itself, I think, makes it all worth it. So, dear younger me, you'll get through. The exams, the pressure, stress of moving house, goodness knows how many times, because I'm already over double digits now. No, in double digits, not quite over. Everything that you go through, you'll get through. And it'll be worth it. One way or another, it will be worth it. So go for it, take the risk. Who knows what will happen when you come out the other side. That's my thought for the day about thinking about all the things we want to change and the whole living life with no regrets. It makes us who we are today. And without all those events, we wouldn't be who we are. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a very good rest of the week. Now, little announcement. I mentioned this on our community video on Saturday. Golly, you can tell I've been out of the routine because I'm already forgetting what days we're on. But, so I mentioned it on Saturday. We are having an Eating Disorder Awareness Week, because I don't know about you, but I don't know a lot about eating disorders. So, on the 4th to the 10th of June, we're going to be hosting an Eating Disorder Awareness Week. Goodness me, try saying that 10 times. And we're going to be featuring content from Hope Virgo, best-selling author of Stand Tall Little Girl, Elle Rose, who's YouTube's very own YouTuber, vlogger, eating disorder awareness advocate. We're also going to have content from Hannah Brown and much more over the week. So you're going to want to stay involved. There is more information on the website. The link will be down below, so you do want to check that out. But that's the 4th to the 10th of June. And for more information, as I say, check out the website. Alright, well that's all from me. You have a good week. Catch you next time. Bye. Thank you.